We've written lists about superheroes but we don't have anything about supervillains, and I wonder why. Since an amazing villain is the thing that sets apart a great comic book from all the rest. What use is a hero without his villain, right? They cause chaos and destruction, plan crazy schemes and just plain blow things up. So here's a list of the 15 most badass villains in comic book history. Galactus. Not many dudes can boast that they eat whole planets for breakfast. Galactus is the sole survivor of the universe that existed before the Big Bang. Galactus possesses cosmic power beyond most forms of measurement, the power cosmic. He can levitate, restructure molecules, convert matter into energy and vice versa, project energy with enormous concussive force, teleport himself, others, and objects across space, dimensions, and time, erect virtually impenetrable fields, restore others from any injury, even total disintegration, and endow or enhance powers within others. Even his heralds, imbued with the smallest fraction of his power, can manipulate matter and energy far beyond human comprehension. Though he generally avoids physical conflict, Galactus can bolster his own strength beyond any known system of measure. Galactus is telepathic, able to scan the thoughts of virtually any known being. To sustain his immense power, Galactus requires energies derived from a biosphere, a planet able to sustain living beings, though life does not actually have to be present. In addition, despite being a physical being, Galactus can adopt a manifestation from the dimension of manifestations in order to commune with abstract beings, such as death and eternity. Doomsday. Everyone knows that Superman is one of the strongest superheroes in all of existence. So do you know who or what killed him? It was Doomsday, and he was the only one able to do so. Doomsday is a seemingly unstoppable behemoth who adapts to overcome and destroy anything or anyone in his path. Because of his unique physiology, every time Doomsday dies he comes back to life and becomes immune to whatever killed him. He's a rampaging, mindless, mass-murdering monster, who initially bashed his way out of a metallic holding cell underground and dug his way up and began killing and destroying anything and everything he saw. That includes easily defeating the Justice League until finally confronting Superman. Dr. Doom. The very mention of his name makes lesser men tremble. The brilliant scientist with the iron mask and the twisted brain. Master of science and sorcery, Victor Von Doom is the monarch of Latveria, and the eternal nemesis of the Fantastic Four. Victor Von Doom was born and raised in the small, and fictional, European country of Latveria. He lost his parents when he was young and that triggered his villainous life. He began to study the scientific and mystical arts, and he then received a full scholarship in the prestigious Empire State University where he met Reed Richards and Ben Grimm, Mr. Fantastic and the Thing. Victor was expelled from school because he caused an explosion that left him scarred for life. He then went to travel the world where he met a group of monks that trained him and forged his iconic suit of armor. He then went back to Latveria and overthrew the government, crowning Bane. Even the most casual Batman fan knows the name Bane due to the success of Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. Bane is a genius tactician and world-class hand-to-hand combatant that can go toe-to-toe with Batman and other martial arts masters of the DC universe. He has great physical strength, but is not contented with just that. His already great physical strength is multiplied a dozen times over by the Venom formula. He's determined to prove to everyone how much of a badass he is by destroying Batman, and he has broken the Cape Crusaders back during the Nightfall arc. In addition to being one of the only men ever to independently figure out Batman's secret identity, he has also been an anti-hero, a government agent, a mercenary and a dictator. He is currently a member of the Secret Six, and has also been a member of the Suicide Squad and the Secret Society of Supervillains. Loki. Loki is the god of mischief, and some of you might think that's a dumb thing to be a god of, but do not be fooled. Loki is a master of trickery and manipulation, and despite his lack of brute strength like other comic book characters, he finds ways to get what he wants. So, is not on the side of good nor evil. He just does what he does for his own personal gain, so that makes him on bad terms with his fellow villains, since he secretly manipulated everything to his advantage. Magneto. Among the most powerful, recognizable, and infamous mutants to inhabit the planet Earth, Magneto was the X-Men's first major nemesis. Magneto is one of the most powerful mutants in the Marvel Universe, with the ability to generate and control magnetism. He can shape and manipulate magnetic fields that exist naturally or artificially. It is unclear, however, whether he must draw magnetic force from outside himself. If so, then he can do so over vast distances, or whether he can also generate magnetic force from within himself. Nor is it clear whether Magneto's power is genetic or purely physiological in nature. Magneto can use his magnetic powers to increase his physical strength up through class 100, the ability to lift over 100 tons. All of his actions are driven by the purpose of protecting the mutant race from human oppression, since he knows humankind's hatred to anything that's different because he was a Jewish Holocaust survivor. He is a leader that has engaged in acts of terrorism for his supposed good of all mutant kind. Dark Phoenix. The Phoenix Force is a destructive force that corrupted and consumed one of the most beloved mutants. Returning from a mission in space, Jean Grey is exposed to the deadly radiation of a solar flare, and briefly attains her ultimate potential as a telepath and telekinetic. Jean becomes a being of pure thought, and then reforms herself upon return to Earth with the new costume, identity and power of Phoenix. It is with this incredible power that Jean repairs the fractured Neutron crystal, but voluntarily restrains her powers afterward in order to keep them under control. Tragically, the circuit breakers prevent her from defeating Magneto and start the chain of events leading to Dark Phoenix. And to put things into perspective for you guys on how strong this Phoenix Force really is, it was able to eat the star, killing billions of lives in the process. Venom. Venom was created when Spider-Man rejected the alien symbiote and attached it to Eddie Brock. The symbiotic suit bonded to Brock was designed as a protoplasmic dip that would restore and rebuild damaged body tissues. As such, it grants him tremendous regenerative abilities. The suit also greatly augments his physical abilities, projects organic webbing, and is capable of limited shape-shifting. We all know the saying, with great power comes great responsibility, right? Well, that's what makes Venom a great villain. He's the result of Spider-Man's failure, when he let the power of the symbiote to control him and allowed himself to lose control. So in a sense, he was the responsible for the creation of Venom and later Joker. Who else would be the most badass comic book villain than the Joker? Joker is a fictional supervillain created by Bill Finger, Bob Kane, and Jerry Robinson, who first appeared in the debut issue of the comic book Batman, April 25, 1940, published by DC Comics. The Joker is a serial killer and a supervillain, a dangerous madman who dresses like a clown and commits violent crimes. He is often recognized as Batman's greatest enemy, living in and terrorizing Gotham City, although he spends most of his time in Arkham Asylum. In addition to being a deadly and unpredictable physical combatant, he is a brilliant and ruthless criminal mastermind. His crimes require no motivation other than his sadistic desire to show people the meaninglessness of life through pain and death, and the narcissism to see the world remade in his own image. He is constantly adapting his personality and his psychosis to respond to the world around him, sometimes a harmless trickster and at others a brutal mass murderer. Batman is his only worthy opponent, and although he has passed up multiple opportunities to murder the Dark Knight, he has no such problems with killing Robin or crippling Batgirl. Although his origins remain unclear and shrouded in mystery, it is also known that prior to the chemical accident that scarred his mind and body, he was the small-time criminal Red Hood. He has also been a member of the Injustice Gang and the Injustice League. Apocalypse. Apocalypse is a fictional supervillain appearing in comic books published by Marvel Comics. He is one of the world's first mutants, and was originally a principal villain for the original X-Factor team and now for the X-Men and related spin-off teams. He is the most powerful mutant in the Marvel Universe. Apocalypse scored a very impressive 39 out of 42 on Marvel's official power grid. Taking about his abilities, he can control his body on the molecular level and structure, allowing him to shape change and elongate with virtually unlimited range, to increase density and allow his body to mimic metals and armors, to teleport, and to be virtually immune to the effects of age. Apocalypse can also increase and enhance his strength to levels surpassing that of the Incredible Hulk. Apocalypse can grow to giant sizes, and gain the power of flight, sometimes through turning his arms into wings or jets. Apocalypse can also transform himself into a variety of human disguises. He has exhibited energy-absorbing and projecting abilities in the past. He has a whole lot of alien tech that greatly enhances his fighting potential. Thanos. Thanos is known as the Mad Titan for a good reason. He's wiped out entire galaxies, erased half of all life in the universe, and has fought practically all of the Marvel Universe's heroes, all to impress Lady Death. He aims to conquer the entire galaxy using the Cosmic Cube and the ridiculously powerful Infinity Gauntlet. Thanos possesses the superhuman physiology of all Eternals, granting him superhuman strength, endurance, reflexes, and agility. His skin is nearly invulnerable, particularly against heat, cold, electricity, radiation, toxins, aging, and disease, and he can survive indefinitely without food or water even before his curse from death left him immortal, unable to die. His mind is also invulnerable to most forms of psychic attack, and can project a sonic blast of energy as well as blasts of plasma, cosmic energy from his eyes and hands. That's it. Please like our video and subscribe our channel. Thank you. Thank you.
Let it go, make my body go, make our bodies high.